timeout.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Kenny, and welcome to ESPN Classic's Top 5 Reasons You Can't Blame. On January 3rd, 2003, top-ranked Miami and number 2 Ohio State met in the Fiesta Bowl for the national championship. Favored by 11.5 points, the Hurricanes found themselves in a dogfight. Down by 10, they rallied to force overtime. Up 24-17 in OT, Miami appeared to have defended its national title when Ohio State's last-gasp pass on 4th down was ruled incomplete. A brief celebration ensued. But hold everything. Enter field judge Terry Porter, who flagged Miami for pass interference. Blessed with a fresh set of downs, Ohio State tied the game and went on to win 31-24 in double overtime. One call had clearly changed the national championship. But before we count down the top 5 reasons you can't blame the officials for Miami's loss, let's revisit that wild night in Tempe, Arizona.
Miami and Ohio State for the BCS National Championship.
Us and Miami went in undefeated, clearly number 1 and 2 in the nation.
Miami was a huge favorite. People were talking about they could beat the Bengals.
Dorsey to throw. Wings it. Touchdown.
They had, Dorsey who was leading the offense. McGahee.
Here's McGahee picking his daylight and taking off, folks. Goodbye.
We had Jonathan Vilma and DJ Williams, 2 first-round picks at linebacker.
Blitz not picked up. DJ Williams. Sack.
Nobody really gave us a chance to go against the mighty Hurricanes.
Week after week, they were winning by 7 points or fewer.
Fires in zone. Intercepted. Let's party, Columbus.
We kept hearing all week long, Ohio State doesn't have the athletes. They can't hang with Miami. There's no way they're going to win.
I felt like everybody was, thinking, it was going to be another easy national championship win for Miami.
Blitz up the middle, steps away from it, ball's in the air, pass is caught, it's touchdown, Miami.
So it seemed from the game's early breath. Ken Dorsey's 25-yard touchdown toss to Roscoe Parrish put Miami up 7-0. By the end of the first quarter, Ohio State had managed just 23 yards of offense.
Greg Renzel back, hands to Maurice Clarett, who's hit and dropped.
But the second quarter told a different story. The Buckeyes forced 3 turnovers and seized a 14-7 halftime lead.
Clarett has a 5-yard line, 4, 3, 2, 1, touchdown.
It kind of developed from the halftime on into what everybody thinks of now as a classic.
Renzel looking, throwing, end zone, and it's intercepted by Sean Taylor at the 10. Taylor still going.
We were in for, a fight all the way down to the wire. We knew that every yard, every possession was going to count.
He's at the 10, he's at the 5, Willis into the end zone, touchdown Miami!
Except for Willis McGahee's 9-yard touchdown in the third quarter, which cut Ohio State's lead to 17-14, the second half was mostly a study in defense.
Simon Frazier throws him down at the 30.
Then, with just more than 2 minutes remaining, Parrish exploded for a 50-yard punt return.
Roscoe Parrish to the 40, still going 35 to the 30, and he is finally brought down.
Gaining just 3 yards in 3 plays, Miami's survival rested on the right leg of kicker Todd Severs.
The snap is down. Kick is on the way. It's got the distance. It is good. We're going to overtime.
After winning the coin toss, Ohio State elected to give Miami the ball.
We knew going into it, we were going to have to make some plays. We were going to have to move the ball and score points.
Dorsey throws to the end zone. Touchdown.
After Kellen Winslow's touchdown catch put Miami ahead 24-17, the Buckeyes faced a 4th and 14 on the Hurricanes' 29.
Renzel steps up and goes to the sidelines, and that's good for a first down.
You don't complete 4th and 14 against Miami. You don't complete 4th and 14 hardly ever against anybody.
3 plays later, it was 4th down again, this time from the 5-yard line.
Championship on the line right here on 4th down. Here's the snap.
It was just a simple, fade route where the quarterback just lobbed the ball up and let his receiver try to make the play.
Here comes the blitz.
It was a play for me, it was a fade stop.
He throws, and is knocked away.
As soon as I seen the ball touch his hands, I shot my hands through his hands.
And it is incomplete.
I had a chance to still catch the ball, but, I did. So I was like, man, it's like, dang, the game over with.
I kind of whipped my helmet off and threw it on the ground in disgust.
We started running toward the boxes that had the back-to-back national championship T-shirts.
Miami wins the national championship.
And then all of a sudden there's a flag.
Oh, there's a flag. Miami has stormed the field, and they throw a flag.
A flag, and I'm like, where'd that come from? And I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Flag! There's a flag!
You didn't know how to take it. You didn't know what it was going to be.
Hold on, I've never seen anything like this. You've got to be kidding me.
I was off the charts with anger about what happened.
I feel whenever a game is close like that, in any setting, you should let the players win it out.
Oh, that's a tough call there. Bad call.
I think it was a bad call. I know. I'm out of college now. I can talk about it.
Line judge Derek Bowers, a member of the Big 12 officiating crew who was closest to the play, ruled the pass incomplete. But he was overruled by field judge Terry Porter.
The one referee is right at the pylon. He says incomplete. And all of a sudden, Terry Porter decides, I think I'm going to extend this game.
It's not over yet.
How could he see something that the ref, who was right there by us, didn't see?
We got, 4 more downs to punch in the end zone, send it back to a second overtime.
Krenzel takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Krenzel.
In the second overtime, Ohio State scored a touchdown in just 5 plays.
Correct. Inside the 5, pushing into the end zone. Touchdown.
Needing 7 points to tie, Miami drove to the 2. But after gaining just 1 yard in 3 plays, the championship came down to one final snap.
Back is Dorsey to throw. And he throws it in the end zone. And it's incomplete. The Buckeyes win the national championship. For the first time since 1968, the Buckeyes are the kings of the college football hill.
All the things that happened in this game, all the great plays, there's one moment that will always stand out in everybody's mind.
I didn't see the penalty, but, they called it.
This flag was 3 weeks late. It was 3 weeks late. The game was over.
It was the most absurd call in college football history.
If you want to throw the flag, you should have thrown it when the ball was dropped.
It's as if Terry Porter said, I'm not going to let this team win a championship.
You just saw why the officials, Terry Porter in particular, are blamed for Miami losing the 2003 Fiesta Bowl. We'll roll out the top 5 reasons you can't blame them in just a moment. But first, here are some factors that just missed the cut. We call them the best of the rest. The Canes weren't able. Miami committed 5 turnovers.
Then he drops back. He's hit. He throws the football. Ohio State has it.
You turn the football over 5 times against any team, you're not going to win.
Roscoe Parrish. Oh! Ohio State has it.
5 turnovers is an extraordinarily high number. That's going to come back to bite you, and it's not the referee's fault.
Our other best of the rest, 3rd and wrong.
The game should have never went in overtime in the first place.
Toward the end of the 4th quarter, we had a key 3rd down that I threw a ball to Chris Gamble.
I knew I caught the ball, but they said I was out of bounds.
That's close. He caught that right on the sideline.
That's 1st down. Buckeyes, game's over.
The very next play, we pointed to Roscoe Parrish, and he puts them in field goal position to tie the game up.
But if Chris Gamble was called inbounds, this whole discussion about the official making the call is a moot point.
4th and 14. In the first overtime, Miami was 1 snap away from victory.
I just remember 4th to 14, I'm thinking it's over.
We're in a great position to win the ball game right there.
Trailing 24-17, Ohio State needed 14 yards to stay alive.
And we're down to the last snap of the game.
It was 4th down. There was really no other option if we wanted to win that game.
Could you face any more pressure than 4th and 14 in a national championship game?
Although Craig Krenzel had completed just 5 passes, he was well aware that Miami's starting cornerback, Kelly Jennings, was sidelined with an ankle injury.
We had to put a freshman in with Glenn Sharp, so we was going to play coverage. They went 2 backs, they went max protect, and they went to the guy that we was trying to protect. They went to Glenn.
It is 4th down and 14. The national championship is on the line.
He was up pressing. I know I had to get a certain depth
to get the first down.
Here's the snap for the title.
If we don't complete that pass, then it's game over. Game over, lights out.
Looking, throwing, it is caught down at the 12-yard line. First down, Ohio State.
I was supposed to be under the receiver, but on that particular play, I got head up with the receiver instead of staying under.
4th and 14. Are you kidding me?
6 plays and 1 memorable penalty later, Ohio State tied the game and forced a second overtime.
Miami will always point to the referee's flag. They allowed Ohio State to convert on 4th and 14.
You expect, the mighty Hurricanes to stop us, but they couldn't do it.
How can you blame the referee for giving up a 4th down long like that in that type of situation with that much on the lines? That's really inexcusable.
With reason number 5 in the books, let's take a look at reason number 4. Will Allen. The Buckeyes safety dealt Miami a critical blow.
All night long, as you're watching that game, you're waiting for Miami to get Willis McGahee on track.
In the second half, he was ripping off yards. That running game was going.
Willis has it, right side 30. Still going 25 to the 20, still on his feet and brought down.
He scored a touchdown. He had Miami right back into the game.
Willis into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
We were able to reestablish ourselves, reestablish what we do, staying balanced, pounding the run game.
Early in the 4th quarter, with Miami trailing by 3, the Hurricanes again called McGahee's number.
Kenny looking to set up the screen to McGahee.
We dumped it off to Willis, I think, and he made a great run out of it.
It was a screen play. We had repped it all week in practice. I had a beeline on him, and I just took a great tackle, a great hit.
At the 40-yard line, tries to break a tackle, and he's brought down.
They threw me the ball, and the minute I turned around, he was right there in my face, and he just went low.
Will Allen and C. Grant, and McGahee is down.
He sort of came in low and fast like a bullet.
I mean, I didn't see where he hit, but I just heard this big, boom.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lord. That is a serious knee injury for Willis McGahee.
He got up, I saw how his leg was dangling around. I was like, oh my goodness, his knee is really messed up.
Miami found its #1 weapon on a stretcher being carried off the field.
Over the regular season, McGahee rushed for a school record 1,686 yards and 27 touchdowns. With McGahee sidelined by 2 torn knee ligaments, Miami's offense sputtered.
They couldn't run the ball the way they had. With Willis in there. They just did not have the same running threat.
Creighton bouncing into the middle and stopped after maybe a yard.
Miami felt McGahee's absence most deeply when it mattered the most, with the game on the line.
In the second overtime, to put the ball on the 2-yard line, you had 4 downs to try and make 2 yards and send it into triple overtime.
Quad Hill straight ahead. He did not get in.
They kept trying to run it, so they couldn't get anything, so I kind of knew they was going to try to pass it.
Looking to throw, blitz is on. It's got him, he throws, end zone, knocked away, it's all over.
The game's on the line, it's time to go win. If Willis had been there, it could have been a different story.
Having Willis in there, I mean, it's no doubt about it, we definitely would have punched it in and scored.
Mighty Mo. Freshman sensation Maurice Clarett, who averaged 119 yards rushing, powered the Buckeyes' offense.
Clarett at that time was at the peak of his life.
Clarett to the middle, slashes free, 30, the difference maker.
The way that he was able to make big plays, the way he was able to make people miss.
Here comes Ohio State muscle. Clarett for the touchdown. Can he get there? Yes.
It's almost like playing a video game. I would see a hole, and I'd think to myself, Maurice, go there, cut there. Almost every time he did.
Although he rushed for only a paltry 47 yards in the Fiesta Bowl, Clarett scored 2 of the Buckeyes' 4 touchdowns, including the game winner.
Clarett, touchdown!
But Clarett's biggest contribution came in the 3rd quarter, on the other side of the ball.
Windsor keeps it.
Ohio State had just gotten a turnover, and they were ready to score.
Throws it to the end zone, and it is picked off by Sean Taylor.
Sean Taylor, who is about as majestic an athlete as Miami has had come through its doors, gets caught from behind.
And then we just see 13 running out of nowhere and take the ball.
He was stripped of the football, Joe.
Clarett got it.
They kept Ohio State on the field for another series, which kept the Miami offense and Willis McGahee on the sidelines. It was a big, big play.
Maurice Clarett with the play of the game, perhaps.
Maurice comes from out of nowhere,
strips the ball, gets us the ball back, we wind up scoring on a field goal.
Puts the foot under it, plenty of leg on it, and it's good.
That play was obviously a defining moment in the game.
Finally, their play came, and for one of our guys to step up and make a play better than theirs, that changed the whole game.
3 strong reasons in the books. Here now is reason number 2. Numerology.
Numerology is the science of numbers, the wisdom of numbers, and how you would apply those to your life.
The numbers don't lie. In 4 trips to the Fiesta Bowl, Miami is 0-4.
You look at their history in the Fiesta Bowl, tell me one thing that's gone right for them. Nothing.
It began in 1987. The Canes fell in the national championship against Penn State, with quarterback Vinny Testaverde throwing 5 interceptions.
For whatever reason that he threw those 5 interceptions, only Vinny knows.
Late in the game, down near the goal line, we still had a chance to win that game.
Back goes Testaverde, trying to win it. Throws into the end zone. It's intercepted again.
Oh, wide open. God, he threw me that ball.
In 2003, the numbers struck again. This time, it was unlucky 13.
Triskaidekaphobia is the fear of 13, actual clinical condition. They say that once you can pronounce it, you're cured.
Ohio State was ranked 13th in the nation going into the season. Its star freshman running back was number 13, Maurice Clarett.
Wenzel will feed it to Clarett. Moving right side inside the 5. Pushing into the end zone, Maurice Clarett.
They had 13 seniors. They were 13-0 going in.
We wouldn't think 13 would be a lucky number, but it definitely worked for us.
And it worked against Miami. Add up Willis McGahee's number 2 with Ken Dorsey's number 11, and the total is 13. Dorsey committed 3 turnovers, while McGahee left the game on a stretcher.
The number 13 was unlucky on a number of counts for Miami.
There's a lot of eerie things about that game, to be perfectly honest with you.
It's kind of ironic all those numbers adding up together like that, but we're just glad we got that 14th win.
Hang on, Sloopy. Since 1965, the number 1 hit by the McCoys has been the rallying cry for Ohio State football.
Everyone knows the song. Even freshmen that just came to Ohio State.
When Hang On Sloopy comes on, it's an exciting time for our fans and our players.
We swing into the song Hang On Sloopy, the whole stadium comes alive.
The lyrics, Sloopy Hang On, came to symbolize the Buckeyes' magical season, during which Ohio State won 6 games by 7 points or fewer.
It's been magical. We had won games that maybe we weren't supposed to.
The Cincinnati game early in the year, the Bearcats had 4 chances to win the game inside the 20-yard line.
Gaduli with time into the end zone. Deflected and intercepted.
The Illinois game, Ohio State had never played in an overtime game.
The Buckeyes stay unbeaten.
We managed to hang on all year and stay in games.
In the Buckeyes' 11th game, their perfect record was almost ruined at Purdue.
It was 4th and 1. There was a minute and 30-something seconds left on the clock, and we were trailing.
Prinzel's going to throw for it. Got to get it off.
It's like one of those scenes in a movie where the ball just spinning and it's taking forever to come down.
They go for the ball game. Touchdown! Touchdown! Michael Jenkins!
On that day, Purdue was better, and Ohio State won. And that was sort of a microcosm of the season.
Against Miami, Ohio State completed just 7 passes and was outgained by 102 yards. But the Buckeyes knew how to play during crunch time.
About time we got to the national championship game against Miami, we knew exactly what we were getting into.
If it was a close game, we felt like we've been through so many that we could easily win it.
In overtime, the Buckeyes again found a way to stay alive, scoring on a Craig Krenzel sneak just 3 plays after the controversial call.
It wasn't like that was the call that ended the game. I mean, both teams still had to go into second overtime and score and play.
It was kind of a tough call to swallow, but we still had to go out and play football.
With Miami driving in the second overtime, the Ohio State marching band, as it had all season in crucial spots, struck up a familiar tune, Hang On Sloopy.
Everything was on the line. That is just the right song and the right atmosphere.
We're hanging on by the skin of our teeth as they're driving down on us.
Dorsey turns, play fake, looking for Winston, too far.
I'm sure the band was thinking, please, Lord, hang on to this game.
A stop, and the Buckeyes are national champions.
We had a great opportunity to win that game, and we just couldn't do it.
Looking to throw, blitz is on. They've got him. He throws, end zone. Knocked away. Ohio State wins the national championship.
It was up to us to stop Miami, so we just hung in there, and what I'm saying, we just beat them.
You can't blame the officials because regardless of what happens, everyone knows that Ohio State will never give up. Ohio State will always hang on to win those games.
Well, there you have it, the top 5 reasons you can't blame the officials for Miami failing to win its second straight national title. 6 months after the game, the Big 12 agreed that Terry Porter made the right call. But to many of the Miami faithful, Porter took nearly that long to throw the fateful flag. I'm Brian Kenny. Thanks for joining us.